Good morning. This is Dr. Lanier. It is September 10th, 2014. My whole message now and until November the 4th is that we're into midterm elections and we are expected to stay home. Therefore, we don't have a voice. And if we don't have a voice, we have no leverage. The only leverage that we can have is now to start. We have some things we need to stand up for. This thing with the hands up, the stop and frisk, stand your ground, keep your hands down, all kind of things that we need to stand up. And just standing up and shouting and throwing bottles and rocks is not going to get it. The only thing that will work, the only leverage that you have is the vote. And I'll tell you, I've been remiss a lot of times not going to the polls, but this time we need to be there. You need to go and vote. And the way that we're going to encourage this thing to happen is the brothers in bow ties. If you or your friend or your son or daughter, not the daughter, but your son or your husband or your friend, anybody that can dress up in a bow tie and wear it and talk about the reason that we're wearing it. The reason is to try to get people to the polls. And if you can get 10 people to the polls November the 4th, get out there, find out what it's about, but change America just by doing this, just by wearing the bow ties and awareness, making people aware of why you're doing it and what they need to do to change some of these things that are going on in America. I'm telling you, the brothers in bow ties is more than just about the election. I'm trying to help the young brothers rise up, but we can't do it as long as we have some oppression going on, and a lot of oppression is going on right now, and we need people to just key in and be about this thing, because if you're not working on it, if you're not for us, you're against us. And the bow ties would mean that you are for what we're trying to change here. You're for change, and we're getting people to the polls, and we can make a difference. They're not expecting you to do it. This is the only leverage, and the only thing that they fear is that we will go to the polls. Look at it, what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep you from the polls. They're praying that you won't go to the poll. They're trying to hold Obama back because they said, if you don't go to the polls, we got him now. So for the Latinos, and I mean, this immigration thing is big. Need to get the people to the polls on November 4th. For blacks and poor whites, need to get the people to the polls on November 4th, because Congress is doing nothing, and the only way to send a message is to let everybody, not only Congress, local officials, if you're not there and you're not represented, and we can see what's going on in Ferguson, but people weren't represented. If you look at it, look at the situation. No representation because we're not there even on local elections. Let's change things. Well, let's get involved in this. Start now. Bow ties, brothers in bow ties, especially on Tuesdays, November the 4th. It's a Tuesday, and that's when we're really going to show up, show out, and let people know. Okay? Thank you. I'll see you again every time I can.